the outskirts of town, there lived a beautiful young woman named Sarah. Born into wealth and privilege, she had everything money could buy, but her heart yearned for something more genuine, more real. Enter James, a humble driver working for Sarah's family. Despite his modest background, there was something special about him. A warmth in his smile, a kindness in his eyes that money couldn't buy. Day by day, as he drove Sarah around town, their conversations grew longer, their laughs became warmer, and soon, the inevitable happened. They fell deeply in love. But life isn't always a smooth ride, is it? Sarah's father, Mr. Thompson, a successful businessman who had built his empire from scratch, couldn't bear the thought of his precious daughter with someone he considered beneath their status. He would scoff at James, barely acknowledging his presence, treating him as nothing more than another servant. Then came that fateful summer afternoon. Sarah was attending a garden party by the lake behind their mansion. The sun was shining, champagne was flowing, and everyone was in high spirits. But in a split second, everything changed. Sarah, while reaching for her fallen hat, lost her balance and plunged into the deep waters of the lake. Panic erupted. Guests screamed, pointing at the water where Sarah was struggling. The elite crowd, in their expensive suits and designer dresses, stood frozen. Nobody moved. Nobody knew how to swim. They all just watched in horror as Sarah fought against the water. James, who was parking cars at the event, heard the commotion. Without a second thought, without considering that he didn't know how to swim either, he kicked off his shoes and dove straight into the water. Pure love and adrenaline drove him as he paddled desperately towards Sarah, fighting against his own fear of drowning. Through sheer determination and perhaps a miracle of love, James managed to reach Sarah and keep them both afloat long enough for help to arrive. As they were pulled from the water, gasping and shivering, something changed in Mr. Thompson's eyes. He saw James not as a driver anymore, but as the man who risked everything to save his daughter's life. That evening, as Sarah recovered wrapped in warm blankets, her father approached James. With tears in his eyes, Mr. Thompson thanked him and finally saw what his daughter had seen all along. The true worth of a person isn't in their wallet, but in their heart. Today, Sarah and James are happily married, living proof that love knows no boundaries of wealth or status. They often laugh about that day by the lake, knowing it was both their biggest fear and their greatest blessing, because sometimes it takes nearly losing everything to realize what truly matters in life. Their story reminds us that real love isn't about the size of your bank account. It's about the size of your heart and the lengths you'll go to for the ones you love.